watch list, 1 in 300 people military watch lists in this nation.
Where's that stat?
Where's that stat from? The Associated Press. They're not making up nobody would want to brag and say, hey, look at this, 1 in 300. It's raised alarm bells. The same thing in the UK. Certain countries are actually following the same policies. In the UK, they even have more cameras than here per capita. So if you look at the trajectory, projectile, where this is going, all the money that's involved in this. After 9/11, you had all these camera companies, security companies, mercenary companies just lined up because it was time for the new industry, the new evolution of the military industrial complex that our former President Eisenhower warned us about in his exit speech in 1954.
You say we should have more cameras or less cameras?
Industrial complex. You have too many cameras.
Why do you walk around with your
There's also, that's the perfect question, because this is a conversation that I'm sharing with people in the online community because I believe it's important for a guy like me to feel like you can walk up to a guy like you, a police officer, just protect and serve the public, i.e. that's the whole logo of the car, if it means anything anymore. So if that does mean anything, if you are working for the community, I feel that we should be able to have a healthy dialogue about what time it is, what's actually going down the turnpike. I've talked to some cops just like, yay, go away. And some cops do want to have a dialogue. I'm not trying to lecture at you. I was trying to see whether you had some of these concerns. You saw some of the stuff coming down the turnpike. Because there are a lot of cops that are starting to call into talk shows like mine. I do a show down here on Access, a radio show online. And people coming back from the Army, coming back from Iraq, sharing their stories about what they saw. And the women getting raped and things like that. And we're innocent fellas. We're telling you what's going on. And that's bad. It's all continue to be shunned and laughed at, called names. This stuff is really happening. Comes with a consequence. That means losing friends, getting shunned, having people, stereotype thoughts in their head about what they're about. But I'm an open book. This stuff's real. I mean, the country could break up into regions. If we totally go broke. I mean, the banker's got 24 trillion.
The reason you talk about like north and south?
North-south?
Yeah, the whole Civil War thing.
North and south, yeah. You want to talk about Lincoln?
You said region.
Regions. The regions that have been predicted by a Russian professor, Igor Panarin, and a couple others, they're looking at about 6 regions. The West Coast region primarily being controlled by the Chinese. The East Coast region primarily being controlled by the European Union. So about 6 different regions. This region over here would be California, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. Now these are the same states where the Navy right now is doing war games over our head up in aerospace. They started doing, this was in the Oregonian a couple months ago. They're going to be testing depleted uranium, future weapons, electromagnetic weapons, weapons they plan to use in future wars. And so, when they put like a small little print, hey, show up if you want to voice your concerns. And 15 people showed up.
So do you not think we should have a military?
It's how the military is being used. If you can sit here and explain to me how 19-year hijackers turned our country into a police state, I'd be very interested to hear how Building 7 fell, even though a plane didn't hit it. I'd be very interested to hear how they were doing war games. This is normal on the day of 9/11, Building 7. It was located about, was it 4 blocks, Gunner?
Yeah, adjacent to the 2 large World Trade Centers that got all the attention on the news. There was a 3rd building that went down. A plane actually hit it. Say fires next to it might have made it fall down, but it fell down straight just like the other 2.
5.6
It's never happened before. We've had a lot of high-rises catch fire in other countries. They always just burn and stay right up.
If you're looking for scientific, basically, I think you're a thinker. I think you're a guy that wants facts and evidence. I think that what I would recommend is looking at Scholars for 9/11 Truth, a number of university professionals, professors, that have fused their minds together to show how jet fuel burning at 1600 degrees cannot melt steel to the point where a pancake theory is physically possible, as the government has told us. That came down in free flow. Think about it. One floor after another collapsing in on itself, but how was it able to go down in a free fall way, and why was the concrete pulverized into dust? This is going beyond fire. It's going explosives. Thermate. Thermate is a patented explosive used by the military. Evidence of that has been found in base of towers. Remember where the steel went after 9/11? They didn't have a full investigation. They got that shit out of here and put it to China. Immediately right away. And Giuliani was a part of that. That was his job. So yeah, I'm saying 9/11 was an inside job to get our country into a war, to kill people that look pretty much like me, to rape girls that look pretty much like me. A lot of these things go on, human trafficking is going on in Afghanistan. Their country has been destabilized. I identify with America just because I'm so into that Bill of Rights stuff and Constitution. But if we're going to get into race, what DNA, where was your dad's sperm from? My dad was born in Afghanistan, my mom's white. But I never associate with country other than, for the most part, the United States. But I associate with the planet. I don't associate with a creed or religion. And that's another stereotype there that I'm always constantly having to go like this to get away from it. It has nothing to do with that. In fact, most of the people talking about 9/11 being an inside job are white, Caucasian men. So it has nothing to do with race. There are more African Americans now that are starting to wake up to the truth. You know, sort of see this isn't about race. It's about every human being allowed to repent, especially people with kids. All right. Well, it was good talking to you.